Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Lueku is predominantly a farming community known for producing crops like cassava, yam, cocoyam and others in commercial quantity in KHANA, which is one of the 3 districts that make up the KHANA local government area of Rivers State. The community, which forms part of the larger Ogoni ethnic group, hosts the mini Egbe oil field with 11 oil wells located within Oil Mining License OML 11. However, crude oil operations in the area were suspended in 1993 following agitations by the Ogoni people over environmental degradation and human rights abuses by the oil company operating in the area. Since then, farming has remained the community's main economic lifeline, sustaining households and supporting trade with neighboring communities, including regular visitors from Akwa Ibom State to the Duso Lueku market. However, the deplorable state of the only road linking the community to the outside world has rendered it almost inaccessible, especially during the rainy season, when it turns into large pools of stagnant water, often serving as more or less swimming pools for dogs. After years of neglect, the NDDC constructed gutters along the road in 2020 to improve its drainage system. However, the intervention has done little to address the severe condition.
This road is attached to this Duson market, and it's a commercial center of this community. As you pass in now, you see that the road is not motorable. At times they are gary fall, at times they are vested fall, and women so they are falling on the road with their goods. So it deprived drivers. Even yesterday, the driver made protest to this place, was even insisting on us that we should look for a way to ensure that the route is working. If not, they're not coming. I want the NDC or the River State government to help us to ensure that the route functions fine. They come and work the road for us so as to enhance our economic activities here.
I would have used machine, I would have used whatever, but because of bad routes. And moreover, when the market comment, there is no way we can take up this in our stock to Bori because of no roads. So please, government, to help us.
The access road is not the only challenge confronting the people of Lueku. With a population of over 10,000, the community lacks a single functional health facility. The only attempt to build a healthcare center in Lueku started over 30 years ago and now lies abandoned and overrun by weeds. As a result, residents are forced to travel several kilometers to Bori, KHANA local government headquarters, to access medical care, even in times of emergencies.
We don't even have any primary healthcare center hospital here. And the distance from this particular community to Bori is, you can just imagine. So if there is any health emergency here, before you even take the person from here to Bori, the person would have been dead. So there is no government presence here. The situation is just sad. It's an eyesore, indeed.
The people say all appeals and efforts to remedy these and other worrying situations in their community, like the dilapidated primary school located in Lueku that has only one government-employed teacher who doubles as the headmaster, have not yielded any positive results.
This school used to have over 500 pupils. Today, you can see the situation of the school. It has been derived. The villagers have now taken over the land, planting cassavas, and it's not functioning again. So since this other school is not working again, the pupils from here, they now taking shelter here. Here they have only one headmaster who is a government-employed teacher there. So what the community did is to employ volunteer teachers that they put on stipend. In fact, they've been sustaining that for over 3 years now. So we are actually calling on the government to help us to come to our aid. You know, without education, then we can only say that we are breeding miscreants for the society.
There was also little to no evidence of active learning at the time of our visit, as pupils, many of whom were without shoes, uniforms or writing materials, were idly roaming around the school premises.
This particular school is the only one remaining. Even though it was not completed, the few chairs we have here was donated by the Lueku People's Forum. Even some of the uniforms you can see the children they are wearing and their stationaries was donated by the effort of the community. So this other one now is sustained by the community. As presently constituted now, we don't even have government teachers apart from the headmaster. The other people around are volunteer teachers sustained by the community who pay them stipends. So as it is, you can see the condition is an eyesore. There's no proper learning environment here. So we can only ask for government attention and help to rebuild this school, and of course, to, if it is possible, the people who have volunteered to teach, to retain them and probably employ them as teachers. So maybe that is what we can request for this place.
This community also has no electricity, but in 2012, the NDDC, in an effort to light up the community for the first time ever, installed electrical poles, transformers and wires. But this was not connected to the grid until now, to the point that these equipments are deteriorating. The sad situation in Lueku is one that mirrors the numerous challenges faced by several oil-rich communities across the oil-rich Niger Delta region, which to date serve as the economic backbone of Nigeria. However, the massive development needs in this community indeed call for urgent government intervention to ease the burden of the people.
Inside the Niger Delta,